the matchup. And yesterday, the linebacker spoke with reporters about what he expects from himself. Take a listen.
When you got wild bull, you don't just let him pace, you let him run. You know what I mean? So I'm just out there running. If I'm tired, I tell him I'm tired, you know. But when I'm out there, I just want to play. And I would say every quarterback that's on the season is on the hit list. I mean, I want all of them. Herbert was just the guy I had that week. Hurts, he's on the hit list now too. I look at it be like the Terminator out there.
Whew.
Shannon, is the rookie talking too much too soon?
No, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me that he's earned the right to feel good about himself.
That's a lot of talk.
The way he's played, Skip, especially after last week's performance, he played well. I know what it's like. I was a talker, played good. It didn't matter to me. Good, win, lose, or draw. I'm going to talk.
Did you talk like that pregame?
No, Skip. Guys wouldn't. But here's the thing.
You were more of an in-game, post-game.
Right. I'm thinking about what I got to do. But here's the thing. All I'm saying is this. He's getting the praise. He's reading what Pro Football Focus says. He's listening to what Skip and Shannon and all these other talk shows are talking about. Now, I want that same energy. When we start saying, well, Micah Parsons didn't do this and Micah Parsons didn't do that, I don't want to hear the media don't know what they're talking about. I don't want to hear about nobody didn't play the game before because you know that's coming. Everybody loves the praise.
Yep.
When we give them praise and pat them on the back, yeah. But the moment we offer critiques or criticisms, now all of a sudden we don't know what we're talking about. We're haters. We never played the game. So that's all I'm saying. Young man, you've earned the right. After the way you played last week, they said, you know what? We're going to take you out the middle. We're going to put you on the end of the line. Go get the quarterback. Well, don't worry about anything else. We want you to go get the quarterback. However you got to do it. Inside, outside, over the top, spin, do whatever it takes. Just go get the quarterback on the ground, son. So, Skip, I don't have a problem with this talking. I said before coming in, looking at him, watching him at the combine, Skip, I said, it looks to me, what I saw on the field, it looks like what he is. So he projects to be a phenomenal NFL player. Got no problem with it. But just understand what comes along with that brash talk when things don't go your way. That's all I'm saying, young man.
Okay, I would like to remind our audience that the legendary cowboy hater sitting across from me has said many times, too many times on this show, that all the Cowboys do is talk. They never are able to back up their bragging.
But they get it from their owner, so.
Okay, so why aren't you condemning this kid after only 2 NFL games for talking about Terminator and hit list?
Skip, you don't know what you don't know. He still thinks he's at Penn State, Skip. He don't know. Guys are gonna see. The thing is, Skip, when teams start scheming. See, the really good players, they get schemed for. Right now, they're not scheming for him because they don't really know what he is.
I would agree with that.
But assume you saw what Tom Brady had him spinning around like a rookie, like which he is. When teams start scheming, says, okay, this is the guy that we need to neutralize. We need to come up with schemes that's going to take him out of the game. But right now, Skip, he's just running around like he said, he's a wild bull. Well, when teams find out that you wild and you're willing to overreact to anything that they dangle in front of you, they will take advantage of that.
What did we see in Hard Knocks practices? All of a sudden it's, whoops, he bit. And
exactly.
He has a back coming out of the backfield on a wheel route, and he bit on the up and the fake and go, and then that's it.
You use someone's aggressiveness against him. You find somebody else, he wants to make every play, so he's going to try to, I'm going to knock this, and you're not catching anything, and then whoop, whoop.
And then you have to walk all the way back to the line of scrimmage with your head down. Exactly. You got me. You got me.
Exactly.
Okay. Remember what Chase Young said on the field the day that the Washington football team last year clinched the NFC East, and it looked like they were about to play the Buccaneers at home in the playoff game? I want Tom, said Chase Young. Did he get Tom?
He got him.
No, they got him because he was pretty much a disappearing act in that game. He had 1 solo tackle, 2 assisted tackles. He had 0 quarterback hits, obviously 0 sacks, and 0 tackles for loss because they said, you want him? You got us.
They'll neutralize that.
Okay. That's Chase Young.
But, Skip, do you actually think they're going to line him up on the line and says, okay, go rush against Lane Johnson? Lane Johnson is a different animal than what this guy went up against the Chargers.
Okay, now for my take about my guy, Micah Parsons. And you have mixed emotions because he was, quote unquote, your guy, before the draft.
Right.
You said he's the best defensive player on the board.
I did.
Now Jerry's taking credit for we had him number 1 on our board too, but we wanted a corner. I had no problem with that.
Right.
I wanted them to draft for need for once because we needed the Bama bookend corner Patrick Surtain, and your Denver Broncos stole him out from under us at 9 as we were about to pick at 10.
Right.
Or we would have taken Patrick Surtain.
I believe you would have.
But out of heaven fell number 11.
Right.
11 from heaven.
Right.
He wears 11. It's a weird number for a lining up.
That's that Penn State, LeVar Arrington.
Yep.
And I think that's who he wanted to be like when he went to Penn State.
One of our own here at FS1.
He wore number 11, and he was kind of that same guy before he had that injury towards Achilles.
Okay.
He was just like Micah Parsons.
Okay, so now to my opinion of all this talking from this lion. He calls himself, he is a former Nittany Lion, as you point out, but he calls himself a lion. I loved my team on Hard Knocks because I thought my team needed Hard Knocks. It needed to be back on the stage because last year took a lot out of my team. It lost swagger. It lost confidence. It lost self-belief.
Right.
They weren't acting like Dallas Cowboys anymore because they were getting run off the football field by Cleveland at home, 307 yards rushing. On a Thursday night at Baltimore, 294 rush yards against my team. Are you kidding me? Kyler Murray and company at Jerry World on Monday Night Football. I'm humiliated. Tail between my legs. They rush for 261 yards. That ain't happening anymore. And I loved Hard Knocks because it put America's team back on a stage it had to live up to. Did it bring out a lot of ego? I think healthy ego. And it was led by number 11 from heaven, Micah Parsons.
Okay.
He is a big talker, but I also sense within him some humility. I saw some humility. He was with DeMarcus Ware, the great Bronco and obviously the great Cowboy, learning techniques. And it felt like he had humbled himself to be in the presence of a great player and teach me, show me, I'm all ears, right? I'm not too good for you. I don't need you, right?
But I think the thing is, Skip, and the reason why he's talking, you have to understand he's a rookie. Me as a player, I was expected to do what I was doing. He's a rookie. And to come in and play like this, and he's really playing out of position because he's a stand-up, he's a middle backer, and they put him on the edge and says, you know what, just do this. And he did it. I mean, how many guys, guy that's never played the tight end, he's played it, but he says, you know what, we're going to move you to tight end for this game because the linebackers can't cover. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. And then the guy goes out there and performs phenomenally. And that's what he did, Skip. He's a rookie, and he's playing exceptionally well. You can make a case he's one of the two best defensive players they have, he and Tavon Diggs, on the defense currently.
I think he's actually the most valuable player already on my defense. I think it feeds off his energy.
Right, even when D-Law and Gregory gets back, he's still one of the premier.
I'm hoping Gregory is back off the COVID list.
So even he's still one of the premier defensive players on that unit.
So back to the question. I don't have any problem with him talking because I truly believe, from what I've seen, it's a small sample size, but I think it's big enough, he can back it up.
Right.
He's already backed it up. And I campaigned, I beat the table over here on Friday, line him up at the right end or whichever, line him up anywhere in the line, let him put his hand in the proverbial dirt. That's what I campaigned for.
Right.
And he wreaked havoc. I say keep him on the edge because it keeps the opponent on edge on offense because where is he coming from? He's got some Von Miller. He's got some bend in him. He's got explosion. He's got natural strength and supernatural quickness. So it's a combination that's rare. You can't find it because the Von Millers, they're like generational.
Right. Yeah, they don't grow on trees.
They don't. And I think he's got that in him.
Right.
So to me, when you put him, they originally said he's our new middle backer. Well, are you sure about that? Because he's see ball, chase ball. And sometimes at that position, you need somebody who's a little more cerebral in that you have to be a film studier and you have to key and watch or you'll get taken advantage of.
Yeah, exactly, Skip, because he might be a better edge rusher. He might be better in the lines of a T.J. Watt, Von Miller, as opposed to a Luke Kuechly, Ray Lewis, because the aggressiveness, they'll use that against you. They'll show you something that you think it actually is, and they'll use your aggressiveness. Now, here you are out of the picture and it's running something in behind you. So you might be right. He might be better suited as a stand-up guy on the line of scrimmage. But the question is, Skip, you got to find. He needs to be on the field all the time. So he's your starter. Now, if you put him there, I looks like Keanu Neal is a starter. So now that means Wolf Hunter or Jalen Smith, one of those guys got to go to the bench because you play a 43.
Well, now you're the deepest at Micah's position.
Right.
So I'm good with that because he needs a new position, which is edge rusher.
Because Basham is an edge rusher too, right?
Well, he can play inside also. But, yeah.
I don't think he's big enough to play DT.
Okay, but the point is Gregory's back, but D-Law won't be back until, I don't know, mid-year something.
Yeah, but I don't know, Skip. I don't know if you really want Micah Parsons dealing with Lane Johnson because that's fine and good if it's a pass rush. But what happens when he put his hand in the dirt and he got to hold up against 300-pound Lane Johnson on the run?
You know what? I hear you, and I respect Lane. We've had him on the show. I think this kid is so gifted that the great thing about is you can talk all you want. If you can flat out do it, if you can back it up.
Yeah.
Like Dizzy, the great Dizzy Dean, the pitcher, the old pitcher used to say, it ain't bragging if you can do it.
Right.
Well, that's this kid.
Right.
And I think he would find a way around or through Lane Johnson at some point.
Well, he's going to get his chance on Monday night.
He will get his chance.
Because guess, like we hear him talking, guess who else hear him? The opposing team. Okay. Those old linemen.
Yeah. But every once in a while, those vets go to the post-game locker room and they tell the media, you know what? He's that good, right?
Yeah, he's good. He's good. There's no question about it. He's legit. But
Terminator.
As we go further along, you know, you've been around this game long enough.
Usually, you should keep